Welcome to the Watch Symposium. I'm Austin, and in the last video I talked about choosing a Submariner no date, and I mentioned some of the reasons that were a motivating factor in me choosing a no date sub, and I'm just going to reiterate those before I talk about why I got the actual sub that I got. Alright, why did I go the sub route? Oh, first of all, let me just say that a lot of people don't go the sub route because they believe that the sub is too popular, that a lot of people have them. Well, I don't know anybody with a sub in meat space. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was my mother-in-law. Very nice. Got some coffee here. Black coffee is just really popular in Japan. Everybody drinks it black here. I'm used to it, but when I first came, it was kind of an oddity to me. Of course, you don't have the calories that sugar and cream bring to coffee, so it's a good thing. Okay, where was I? Yeah, so is the sub too popular? Well, like I said, in meat space, a term I have to credit to Johnny Casual, I don't know anybody with a sub, a no-date sub or a date sub, so that really wasn't a factor for me. And look, I guess if I did see subs everywhere, I don't know if I'd really want to jump on the bandwagon too. It might have turned me off, but yeah, I don't see them here. Here in Japan, the Rolexes that are more popular are the Datejust. I've seen a few 42mm Explorer 2s. Usually it's Datejusts. That's the big watch here. I saw one GMT Pepsi. That's about it. Oyster Perpetuals. You see quite a few of those. But you don't really see a lot of subs. I think I saw a date sub. Well, actually, I did see, after I got this, I remember seeing a guy sitting in front of me on the train with a date sub, and then sitting next to him was a guy with a no date sub with a Holes case. So look, you do see them, but that wasn't a factor. They're not everywhere here. So sort of let me just say that the ubiquitousness of this watch is not a reason that I even took into account. Okay, basically it was the aesthetics of the watch. That's really ultimately what turned me onto it. I just think it's the best looking watch aesthetically. I just don't think you really can do better than a no date sub. It's simple. It's got such a clean dial with the lack of a date function, the lack of a cyclops. A 4-line sub, a 2-line sub, I think both are cool. I prefer the 2-line sub. I think the cleaner the dial, the better. So, really, the main factor was just the aesthetics. It's just such a cool watch. Now, I mentioned that, James Bond wore one, and of course I'm talking about the Sean Connery James Bond. And I'd already decided I was a sub guy before I found that out. But finding that out was kind of cool. It's sort of the icing on the cake to an already awesome watch. It added to the history of it. It added to the iconicness of it. To think that all those old James Bond movies, Goldfinger and Thunderball that I used to watch on TBS when I was a kid, I was seeing the Submariner. It was yet another reason to respect the watch, but it wasn't really a real factor in my decision to get it. All right, now why did I choose this sub? Well, this sub, there were a couple things that I was looking for when I was shopping for a no date sub, when I was scouring the internet. And one of the things was it needed to have a Holes case, because I I wanted a way to change the bracelet easily, and I've got a Bergeon tool, but I don't like it. And to be honest, if I if I had a Rolex with no holes, I don't think I'd hardly ever put on a NATO strap, for instance, using that Bergeon tool. I just digging around, scraping around down there, just it's messy. It's not something I would look forward to do. It would deter me from putting on a NATO, and I kind of knew that. And I just I like having a holes case. It's great to be able to take a wooden toothpick and to change the strap, and it makes it so I'm more apt to change the strap. I gotta say, I also think that there's a sort of a retro vintage feel to the holes cases, which I love. Another thing that I wanted was I wanted a tritium dial. Okay, so I love the vintage Rolexes, the way the tritium patinas, and I thought if I can get a tritium dial, I can sort of enjoy the patina developing as I use it, and so that was another thing I was going for, and it worked because a tritium dial and a holes case makes a watch cheaper, which I was cool about that. All right, so as far as the lack of solid end links, well, it's just if you get a tritium dial watch, it's gonna have solid non-solid end links. Okay, it's just something that's you're gonna have to deal with. So, all right. Let's see.